Hello students, I am Utkarsh Suryavanshi, Assistant Professor at AISS MS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pune. In this session, we are going to discuss on a topic called environmental degradation. Let us go through the various objectives of the session. First one, the definition of environmental degradation, introduction of environmental degradation, and the various causes of environmental degradation. Let us go through the various definition which has been given by various authors of environmental degradation. Environmental degradation refers to the deterioration of environment through depletion of various natural resources, destruction of ecosystem, and the various types of pollution. It is a process through which the natural environment is compromised in some way or the other, which result in biological diversity and the general health of the environment. Let us understand this topic through some examples like biodegradation, land degradation, pollutant degradation, chemical degradation, etc. Now we will look into the various causes of environmental degradation. To start with, it encompasses of various forms of pollution, depletion of natural resources, and loss of biodiversity. Some of the main pointers of this topic are deforestation, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, destruction of habitat. Environmental degradation poses a significant threat to the ecosystem, wildlife, and the human health. Addressing the cause of environmental degradation is crucial to promote sustainability and protecting the planet for future generations. The various causes of environmental degradation are: first, deforestation, industrial pollution, agricultural practices, urbanization, climate change, overpopulation, economic impact, loss of biodiversity, soil degradation, water pollution, air pollution, resource depletion, loss of habitat, and lastly, the impact on human health. Now let us go through these various causes in much detail. The first and the foremost reason for the environmental degradation is deforestation. Let us go through the definition of deforestation. Deforestation in simple layman's terms involve the clearing of forest for agriculture, logging, urbanization, and other purposes. It leads to loss of biodiversity, disruption of ecosystem, and contribute to the climate change. As we all know, we are living in the 21st century. We have seen and observed that rainfall patterns has been vastly impacted due to deforestation. The expansion of infrastructure, or shall we say the concrete jungle which we are building nowadays, has been the prominent threat for that. Due to the industrial agriculture processes which has been followed in 21st century, it has made a prominent threat to the local biodiversity of environment. Next cause will be industrial pollution. Industrial pollution can be simply defined as loss of common resources through industrial challenges and overusing or overexploitation of natural resources, which can cause through various types For example, air, water, chemical, etc. All these significant elements contribute to the industrial pollution. Due to the over demanding period of people, it has been observed that industrial pollution is taking a much repercussions on local biodiversity of various cities and towns. The third cause for environmental degradation is agriculture practices. With the growing demand for food commodities, agricultural practices has become very intensive in the 21st century. Intensive farming methods such as excessive use of the pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizer can lead to soil degradation, water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. The agriculture expansion has proposed a prominent threat for the various ecological bodies which are there in the city and other towns. It is very much related for the deforestation as well. With the continuous increase of demand in the food commodities, we can simply understand the standard operating procedures which are generally required for agricultural farming are not followed, and it is making an impact on local biodiversity. The next cause will be urbanization. With the rapid growth in terms of urban development, it has been seen the cities have been converted to the concrete jungle. Urbanization has also led us to the rapid habitat destructions of many living people as well as other habitats of the ecosystem. Many cities in India has seen high volatile growth in terms of pollution as well. The natural resources has been rapidly depleted due to the increasing demand and to get the various amenities available for the various resources. Expansion of the cities often result in the loss of green space and the ecosystem. The next cause which we are going to discuss will be climate change. As we are living in the 21st century, one of the first and foremost thing which comes in our mind regarding the climate change is the rainfall. It is one of the imminent threat for environmental degradation. Due to the modern industrial expansion, the emission level of greenhouse gases is at the very alarming rate, which has resulted in climate change. The rising temperature, melting glaciers, rise in sea level, change in weather patterns could be some of the prominent examples of climate change. The climate change has also resulted in loss of ecosystem of many species around the world. Next will be overpopulation. Overpopulation is one of the main cause for the degradation of environmental resources. With the increasing demand of human beings, there has been over exploitation of natural resources like air, water, etc. Overpopulation has put pressure on the various renewable as well as non-renewable practices which are generally followed in modern times. Increased consumption and waste generation exacerbate the problem of today's time. We generally need to look into this cause as an imminent threat because it will result in various overexploitation of resources. The next cause of environmental degradation will be economic impact. Environmental degradation imposes significant economic cost, including healthcare expenses, loss of productivity, and damage to the infrastructure. It also undermines ecosystem services such as pollination, water purification, and climate regulation. The economic impact of environmental degradation has put forward human being for the optimum utilization of resources, which in practical circumstances has been lacking. The productivity has been affected and healthcare expenses has taken a significant growth nowadays. Lot of policies and lot of international organization has put forward their best foot forward for the to negate the economic impact. Next cause of environmental degradation will be loss of biodiversity. As we all know as a human being that biodiversity is the environment in which we all need to work for. Human activities such as urbanization, overexploitation, lack of knowledge for the various sustainable practices has posed a greater risk on loss of biodiversity. Habitat destruction of animal kingdom, the pollution, the climatic change of patterns are some of the end results of loss of biodiversity. This has led to imbalances among the entire ecosystem. It has reduced the resilience towards the environmental changes. Next cause will be soil degradation. Soil degradation in simple terms can occur due to the loss of erosion, depletion of various natural nutrients, and contamination from various chemicals. Let us understand the keywords of soil degradation in detail. The degradation of soil is due to the peak demand of agriculture products for the human being, which has been very peculiar, but it has resulted in over-exploitation of various natural resources. Due to the insufficient time and high demand of these products, the nutrients depletion is very high. Moreover, excessive use of chemicals has also affected the soil quality. Unsustainable agriculture practices and deforestation contribute to the soil degradation as well, which has made an impact on food security as well as on ecosystem. The next cause will be water pollution. Pollution from industries, that is industrial waste, has affected the water bodies and various natural resources around the world. Urban runoff contaminates the water bodies, which has resulted in destruction of aquatic ecosystem and human health. Lack of clean sources of water is due to the above repercussions only. Chemical pollutants such as nitrogen, potassium, etc., plastics, untreated sewage are major contributors to water pollution. Let us take a look. In order to avoid water pollution, we need to look into various sustainable practices to be adapted worldwide. For example, rainwater harvesting could be one solution for that. Next cause will be air pollution. The air pollution had a major impact on environmental degradation. Emission from various vehicles, industries, burning of fossil fuel has led to air pollution affecting human health and ecosystem. Air pollutants such as nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide contribute to various respiratory diseases which has been observed in 21st century. Air pollution has also made a significant impact on the climate change. With the rising temperature levels, it is very pertinent to say that the air pollution contributes majority of the share for the environmental degradation. Next cause will be resource depletion. Resource depletion is the consumption of resources faster than it can be replenished. Natural resources are commonly divided between renewable resources and non-renewable resources. The use of either of these forms of resources beyond the rate of replacement is considered to be resource depletion. Overexploitation of natural resources such as fossil fuel, minerals, fresh water leads to the depletion and environmental degradation. Unsustainable extraction and consumption patterns exhibit resource depletion. The next cause of environmental degradation will be loss of habitat. Habitat destruction occurs when a natural habitat is no longer able to support its native species. Habitat loss refers to the reduction in the amount of space where a particular species or group of species can survive and reproduce. Habitat loss can also occur due to environmental changes such as volcanic eruptions. As you can see, in various countries, volcanic eruptions has resulted in major changes in loss of habitat. It also contributes to the climate change by reducing carbon sequestration. The next cause will be impact on human health. This cause will be of pertinent importance for the session because, as we know, human health plays a very important role on ecosystem. Environmental degradation has serious consequences for human health, which includes respiratory diseases, waterborne illnesses, and malnutrition. Pollution and degradation of ecosystem has affected the access to clean air, water, and food. With the changing dynamics in the ecosystem, the repercussions of environmental degradation had a major impact on human health. If we want to overcome the impact on human health, we must understand the importance of all the biodiversity as well as the natural surroundings of ecosystem. Now let us summarize the session with few pointers. Environmental degradation is a complex issue which are driven by various human activities such as urbanization, industrial pollution, etc. Addressing it causes requires concerted efforts at the local, national and global levels in order to protect the ecosystem. In order to mitigate pollution and to promote sustainable development, we must quickly adapt to the changes which has been observed. The various causes has made a significant impact on the overall environment degradation. Thank you.